So we're back. We're back. Um, Opening the Flat podcast. I'm here with a good friend of mine, Mad Dion. Gonna break down a little bit of the Commanders, what they had done and what they doing now. Um, but I want to take it back a little bit. Let's go back to the beginning of the year, back in January, where we had a little bit of the old regime with Ron Rivera, and they made some changes, some big changes. They made some changes with the GM with Adam Peters. They made some changes at the head coaching position with Dan Quinn. So we're gonna start off there talking about what you think. Do you think it was the best move, a good move, a bad move? So and I want to get Mad Dion, opinion about where the commander stood at. But first, I want everyone to like, subscribe, um, retweet, pass it on, do whatever you gotta do. Watch the video, enjoy the video, and let's break down with this Commanders, where they are in the Commanders 2024. So Dion, what you think about their move as far as GM, head coach, and some of the moves they done in the off season?
To be honest, we're really I like the moves, but I like the bringing in the new GM and doing all of that. But I wasn't really happy about the Dan Quinn hiring. For one, I didn't like the way he ended his season with Dallas with that showing that he can't play big games. And I kind of wanted the guy from Detroit, but he defaulted on it, and it ended up being like a default hiring for us. And and after he started making his moves and doing his coaching hiring and doing a couple of interviews, I noticed that he did bring in a school of head coaches and kind of made me he won me over by doing that. So right now it's still wait and see. Uh, I'm glad to change because the change for what we were doing was horrible. Um, so it's a wait and see because right now it's all about winning, and we trying to change the culture, and I think it's finally changing. We just need to put some wins behind that belt.
Yeah, definitely we got to put some wins behind it. I think I said this in an earlier episode. I was a little bit upset. Portland getting a Dallas coach. We got Dan Quinn came from Dallas. They had a terrible game against Green Bay in the playoffs, so where the defense gave up, like I think it was like 6 consecutive touchdowns, 5 straight touchdowns. Then you pick up their defensive line coach. I think it was their defensive line coach, made him our defensive coordinator. Um, Brought a lot of pieces from that defense, from that Cowboy defense over here to us. We saw that before in the past with Noel Turner. Um, so I was a little bit like skeptical about bringing over Dan Quinn, but after seeing some of the hiring that he did with Cliff Kingsbury, I wasn't real too sure about him. He kind of failed in Arizona with Kyler Murray. Then you saw some of the other big coaches that he got, the running back coach that he got from the Chargers, and some of the other big coaches. I say, hold up, this might be our guy. This might be the guy. We finally got some coaches that we can depend on. We could build with. We could trust with, and not knowing how long they're going to stay with us. That's another big thing when you bring in good coaches. They usually come a year or two, then they usually get other position coaches or head coaches. So I was a little bit intrigued with that. And it was hard. It was hard changing over again. Like I said, I've been a Commanders fan forever, and it seemed like every 4 years we changing, man. But is this the change that we need? Is this the change that we also changed quarterbacks from Sam Howell to drafting our rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels, and we're starting over at the quarterback position again. Is this something that you see that uh, see light at the end of the tunnel?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we gonna wait. I'm on the wait and see. I'm more so looking for some results finally. So we hired a new coach. We got changing the culture. We kind of got just a few leftovers from Ron Rivera's regime, far as player wise. We got, you know, I don't know what's going on with Davis. I think I feel bad for Forbes, but he might be our biggest cut this year. I mean, to be honest, our biggest cut's gonna be between him and Davis, if not both. So, and then after they leave, it's gonna be like we only got a few left. Maybe the running back. I think we got maybe cars. We got a couple of more left, but at the same time, we changing. Hopefully, we changing the culture, and we can start winning some games because our defensive line guys. It's sad that it took them all this time to fill up just the linebacking position that Ron Rivera took forever and never filled, and we had the same old line. So I think we got some play as far as our linebacker position finally. And it's sad that Deron Payne and uh, Deron Payne and what's his goddamn name? But anyway, Deron Payne and
Jonathan
Jonathan
Allen.
Allen had to play so long with nobody behind them. I mean, I looked at our linebacker. Well, looked at the game yesterday. They look pretty. Our linebacker looks pretty good. So we got some changes coming. All we need is some W's, and that's the biggest thing with this thing. We got to get some W's on our back, some wins, and hopefully groom this young guy so for our future. And if it in the season come, we have a decent season, and maybe start losing coaches. At least we. I think it's not going to be one year. I think most of the coaches that we got right now probably stay with us at least 2 years. So we got a 2 year run with these coaches before they, start getting other jobs and stuff like that. So I think we maybe 2 to 3 years. So we gotta win because that's what everybody looking for. We gotta win some damn games.
Yeah, we got to win. We got to win big time. It's a lot of either, like we say all the time, our division is always up for grabs. Always up for grabs. We have a lot of turnover in our division from teams going back and forth. But when you look at the Commanders roster, do they have enough to make a run to say, hey, we could win 7, 8 games, 9 games? I'm not going to give them anything past 8, maybe 9, and depending on how the schedule fall, how teams fall. Do you think they have any luck with a new quarterback, new head coach, new offensive defensive coordinator, just a whole new everything to try to make a run to see if they could backdoor having a good season? I'm not even going to say playoffs, but just having a good season.
I think we can have a good season. I think we got the players. We finally got some coaching. Well, we think we got somebody in a position that can coach us and coaches that can coach. But I think we got the player because, like I said, we just won. To me, our division is winnable every year. It's been flip flopping, and the only strong team I see right now is Philly. Dallas is, I mean, is just I don't know what they expect from Dallas. They got a lot of players holding out now, so they're gonna come out funky. And they lost their coordinator. They got contract disputes, all kinds of stuff going on. And then the Giants, I just even though we lost to the Giants all the time with Ron Rivera there, I think we can beat the Giants. We should have beat them the last couple of years. They don't have Barkley anymore. So even if we sweep the Giants finally and maybe split with Dallas and Philly, we're in the race, win a couple of games outside of the box, and I think we got a good chance of making the playoffs with this kid or just with the team. So yeah, I think we can make a good run, but I still just holding fast to around 8-8.
Yeah,
That's
but
the best for me right now.
but before we jump our horses and get into that, let's get into we're gonna talk about a little bit about this preseason game that happened yesterday. But before we do that, I believe Ron Rivera over the last 4 years, I think I read a stat that only 11 players that was on his roster
Yeah,
survived, right? That's still with the team.
right.
Out of what was it, 60 players?
Mm.
only 11 stayed over this past all season to
Yeah.
for this training camp, and that's a huge. This a brand new team, a huge turnover, and guys are still trying to make it. You got Forbes still trying to make it. You got Jamie Davis trying to make it. You got Mathis, the other draft pick, second rounder that we had last year. He's trying to make it. Do these guys make the roster? Do these guys, is there a spot for these guys to make the roster? I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. Hey, I'm ready for the new guys. I'm always next man up, and if they can't make the roster, oh well, because I think they had. You know what? I can't say I think they had a good chance because for one, they started with Ron Rivera, and like let's talk with Davis. Davis, they came in, they tried to force him at middle. And it just was pathetic. Like they, just think that just because you're athletic and all this, the middle is a lot. You know what I mean? It's like playing
Right,
outside corner versus sliding. It's a lot. You got to know your reads. You got to know all of that good stuff. So it's like they forced him there. Then they wanted to put him out there outside, and it's like he just never got a fair chance. And then poor Forbes, they came in with no help. They should have weaned him, man. They didn't wean him, man. And now his confidence is broke. He's get every time you turn around. I mean, it's just ridiculous. He's getting burnt. So it's like I think he lost his confidence, and I think a lot of this stuff that we got going on with some of these players that's left over. Besides, was his cause this is the lineman. I mean, we really only got one that's really decent out of the whole group. We let go Curl. I didn't feel we should have signed Curl anyway because he's part of the regime that was giving up big plays.
right,
So
right.
and it's hard to change that. And yeah, he did a lot, but sometimes uh, yeah, we needed a change from him because we'll see. I'm gonna follow him and see is he still doing the same thing he was doing in Washington where we ever be with. But we just
Right.
got. I just think Ron Ray had a lot of these players out of place, and he never started the right persons, the right personnel, and that's even with the offensive line. Um, he brought in all those Carolina guys, and it was pathetic. I was like, why are these guys still in the league? So yeah, he had no success as far as any of the picks. Uh, so it's just sorry. I feel sorry for the older guys that were there before him, like McLaren and Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen, because they getting old now, and we got two more runs with their ass. It's gonna be
Yeah,
basically two more runs, and they're gonna be gone.
right. And they could be over with. Their
Yeah,
time done passed.
right. So
Right, man. And it's huge. It's huge to when you think about that. You think about a McLaurin, Deron Payne, and Jonathan Allen. You think about what they've done for this team, and they always been, at the top level. But we really haven't had anybody else to step up behind now. But I watched the preseason game yesterday against the Jets. You watched the game yesterday against the Jets. I watched the first drive. I saw Jaden Daniels hit the long ball, and then off the read action, running in for a touchdown. I was a little bit confident in that first drive. What's your thoughts on Jaden Daniels, even though he didn't play with the starting offensive lineman? What's your thoughts on him just getting out there and playing?
I was glad to first see the offensive line block a little bit because I was kind of skeptical about with that left tackle. Also, they opened up some holes on the run game too because
Right.
getting like 6-7 yards a pop. So it was. I mean, they. I mean, so if that wasn't our starters, I'm hoping our starters are better than that. So and then once they start gelling and they hopefully had a good season because we need them to protect them. I mean, so far, I think uh, our line is going to be better like we had RG3. When we had RG3, he made the line better because his mobility. So I'm hoping Jaden, I'm pretty sure he's gonna bring the same thing far as helping that offensive line with with them him being better because team's scared that he gonna run or something. So we're gonna sit back and see. But that first drive was good. I heard today that he audibled into that play, It was supposed to be a running play. He audibled into it, to it, and which was a good audible because it was 1-on-1. So it was a 50-50 throw. So
Right.
he threw a perfect pass. Like no way, the guy was, it was good coverage. He threw a perfect. It was like a perfect pass. Only thing about it is we got hopefully our receivers can get a little bit more loose than that. You know what I mean? When we do get 1-on-ones, I mean he ain't gonna throw a perfect pass all the time.
Yes. And
So
with that, I listened to Dan Quinn talk through his press conference, and he said that he didn't even have permission to make that call to audible into a different play. He took it upon himself to audible into a different play. I don't know what you take from that. I don't know what to take from that. He's a rookie. Don't get me misunderstand me. He a rookie, and I'm not sure if he's allowed to make that type of decision or not. But he still did it anyway. And obviously, it turned into a 42-yard game, our biggest play of the game. Um, and then that shows a lot of maturity on for him. And do you think Cliff Kingsbury will allow him to change plays? The head coach will allow him to change plays? I don't know.
I think if he get comfortable with him, and he's learning the system, he probably will allow him. I mean, we need somebody. We haven't had a quarterback audible, and who knows when. I can't even name a quarterback. We had audible, so it's good that he did it. Because here's the thing with audible, it's just like the play before that. The coach sent in. It's going to either be a good play or bad play. So I mean, as long as you don't throw a pick, I mean, what the hell? You
Right.
can gain some yards or lose them, or don't even no catch or no run or whatever. So I have no problem with him audible. It's just because it's just another play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just another play. Shit. I mean, you either make it or you don't.
And I don't understand why new school quarterbacks are not allowed to change the play, but old school quarterbacks was doing that all the time, calling their own plays, making audibles. I don't understand why they don't want new school guys to do that.
I don't know. It's funny that you say that, but a lot of these guys, I've been hearing. I've looked at a couple other preseason games. They was talking about some of these guys didn't even call plays, didn't know nothing about calling plays. Like I was looking at the New England game with Milton, and he never had any converse in plays. I'm like,
Right. I don't
what kind of
understand
shit?
that.
I was lost on that. I was like, hold on, what you mean? So that it could be just the new guys that we get. They still in these system, man. One play is about 5 plays of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like they might run the same in college, they might run the same play, but it's just a different motion or this and that or different audibles in the routes or something. I don't know. I blame that on NFL. Shit. Why?
Yeah, I blame that on coaching, man. It starts from the high school level,
Exactly.
starts from the high school level, goes up to college level,
Yeah.
and it
So
comes up right over to the NFL. So, but guys have to be able to get yourself out of a bad situation. If you if
right,
you if you call a play, you think the defense is overstacked or overloaded on that, you should be able to make an
make
adjustment.
the change. Yeah.
Right. That's something that every
All
quarterback should be
quarterbacks.
right.
Yeah. Like I don't know. So, but more and more we look at the NFL, we're gonna see more and more offensive schemes based on what they do in college.
Yeah.
Oh, it's slowly shifting because it's always like, oh, you gotta be a pocket quarterback and you gotta be a throw from the pocket. No, you need all of that. You know what I mean? Because the kids are getting faster, the game is getting faster, and so you need to be able to run. You gotta be able to throw on the run. You gotta be able to roll out. You gotta move that pocket. You know what I mean? That's NFL. Oh no, you can't run now. No, that it's a new age, and I'm glad it's finally changing. We got maybe a few coaches left in the NFL that's from old school. That's
Yeah.
Dallas quarterback. I mean coach, and then we got Andy. I'm not even gonna mess with Kansas City because he's winning, but there's only a few left now, and they're slowly getting released and doing other roles or wherever they're doing. They're not coaching anymore. Some players like Belichick, he probably I don't think he'll never pick up a job again. For one, he's getting up in age, and then two, he's so systematic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a system. You know, So, some of these guys, I'm hoping that with the results that I saw in a lot of the games from all the quarterbacks, a lot of them played well. It looked like for the first game, McCarthy threw a couple of touchdown passes. So I'm hoping this thing changed with this quarterback because we need it desperately. Because that's the reason why we paying guys like Dak, got Dak on Dak and Cleveland Brown quarterback. All these guys getting paid all this money, and they're not making no results. So,
Yeah, we could throw Cousins in
yeah,
there too.
Cousins, all of these guys here, they doing is raising the market up, and we got a bunch of mediocre quarterbacks. Where back in the day, you'd always can bring in a good solid veteran. But now we don't have no back. It's really no solid backups because it's like it's been one and done for years, like one and done. I mean, look at the Jets alone. We played the Jets, but how many quarterbacks since they had more quarterbacks than us? Like, and they had first round picks that been gone. We haven't had that many first round picks. We had RG3 was our last first round pick top pick like 1 and 2 at quarterback because Jets had number one picks for yeah.
Yeah,
Arizona Cardinals, they don't have back to back, keep getting all these first picks, and these quarterbacks going down the drain. It's an insult to the league, and it's like, what are your coaches doing? When are they going to start coaching?
yeah. They don't have the old school coaches that could. For one, they don't give the quarterback position enough time to learn.
Yeah,
They drop them in first year, second year. They say you gotta win. Most quarterbacks, old school quarterbacks, didn't get into like their sixth, seventh year, and they got in and they finally stopped playing. So that's one thing. That's a big difference compared to you gotta get in your rookie year, second year, and you gotta win on a bad team. So that's
yeah.
that's 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 one of the huge differences that they have every year for every quarterback.
Yeah, but in a sense though, that kind of was bad because even though they waited all that time, they still was getting fit in the system that probably wasn't there for taste. So they had to learn it, and then hopefully they feel fulfilled the position. I, I'm not a real advocate for first year, second year to start. It's just like if you know the system, just go ahead and put them in. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
these young guys need to play like Jaden Daniels. He came to this system kind of knowing Kingsbury's system a little bit with affiliation through college or something like that. So um, I think this, hey, put these guys in, man. They say they ready, they gotta be ready, but then you still gotta be patient, and they gotta be put in the right situations. Like I thought when we drafted Jaden Daniels, it was kind of a whole messed up situation just because we changing over a lot of players. So I'm hoping everything work out for him. And then I was kind of suspect of this offensive line. They still under question until the middle of the year. So as we get some build up some momentum and some confidence in them. But it's also how you get drafted. You come out, so with Jay Nash coming to us and our culture change going on, it was kind of like, oh boy, hope they don't mess this guy up. You know what I mean? So um but then you look at what you was just talking about as far as our quarterback. Look how long it took Seattle quarterback. I mean, he'd been around. He was a Jet. He used to be with the Jets.
yeah,
Then he got drafted by the
yeah. He
Jets,
got drafted by the Jets.
and it took him years. Like this is crazy, but I mean, sometimes you got to keep remember. But the thing is, people are looking to win and win now. And if you don't do it immediately, like you said, it took a long time. I'm surprised he's still in the league, to be honest. Let's be
Right.
honest. We don't stay around a whole long time.
Yeah, but he showed up last year.
He
I
showed up
can't
last
what's can't
year,
think of
got
his
the
name,
coming
the
back.
quarterback for Seattle.
Yeah,
I can't think of they won
they
this
won their first playoff game, I think last year. They won, yeah. I
what's
think
my
they won the
man?
playoff game. I forget his damn name.
Because yesterday he didn't play, he hurt, and our old quarterback
Oh wow, how did
from
our old quarterback do?
I was watching his highlights. He did pretty good from his highlights.
Yeah, they
He
said he
looked
was
pretty
gonna tell
good.
me to camp, but some people just ain't camp people. That be
Yeah,
making me mad when they be saying that. Like camp, I mean, camp is camp. It's
Right.
practice, like Allen Iverson. It's practice.
Yeah, it's practice. Some people not good practice players. They just want to
Yeah.
get it over with.
Yeah,
You
then I'm
know?
looking at the quarterbacks now. They got that net thing they throwing it trying to get the act. I'm like, that shit ain't for everybody. That's like a circus game. That how they all right, come on down. No. It just gives you where you want the ball thrown at. But like to be making it in the net and shit like that's come on, man. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
That's a
ridiculous.
little bit, and
But
it kind of messes with your confidence.
two things I'm gonna start off. For one, let's understand this. The Jets did not play their starters yesterday. We understand that. They didn't play their offensive starters, they didn't play their defensive starters.
Okay.
So we got to take that into account. Number two, I'm worried about our wide receivers. Do we have wide receiver depth behind Terry McLaurin?
Well, shit, I'm worried about our wide receivers too. That's one of our positions. I don't know, man. I mean, we good at tight end. So I hope the tight end be able to be productive so we can make it better for them on the outside. Um, but I'm kind of worried about that though, for real. To be honest, that's a good. Oh, let me stop this.
And we had our tight end, our rookie tight end, Ben Sinnott. He had 3 catches yesterday, 57 yards. He had a 19-yard average. His long was a 44. He got targeted. So he had targeted 3 times. He had 3 catches, 57 yards. He did pretty good yesterday. Um, I'm still a little bit worried behind me. Worried behind McLaurin. Jahan Dawson had two
Yeah,
catches, 13
Dawson
yards.
gotta go. Dawson should be playing the slot. I don't even know why we got him on the outside. He
But
should
who
be
step
playing.
in? Who steps in that
I
number
don't
two
know.
slot?
That's the problem, and that's the problem I got with that this receiving core. You know, you can't have two small guys. Like really, I mean, I ain't got any. I mean, they ballers or dogs or whatever. But I just think Dotson, man, he had a bad year last year. Last year was he dropped a lot of passes and he seemed like he wasn't getting open. And so maybe we'll see. We got a better quarterback. Maybe we'll see and what better target. And I think the scheme was crazy last year anyway. So I'm gonna give him another chance. But last year I just think Dawson just too small, man. I hate to keep dwelling on that. Like not to be on the outside. I just think he should be in the slot. I don't know why they got him on the outside. That should be his view. Man, I'm like, why is he outside? Like that don't make sense.
Right. Then you
So
have our rookie Luke McCaffrey had 2 catches, 25 yards. But from the rumors from training camp, they said he really hasn't stepped up to
yeah, to be
right.
yeah, and we could have probably got a better receiver than he was. That goes to show you how your name carries some of your fame, and I hate to
Right.
say that, but some people could, and I've just learned that he was a receiver for that long.
Yeah, he
He's a
just learning
quarterback.
a position.
Yeah, he just learned
Yeah.
the position. So I was like, wow, this is crazy. So I thought it was a good pick at first, and then I'm like, oh man, I started finding stuff, doing my research, and like, oh god, come on, man, we don't need to experiment. We need a guy that can actually play. Like I take a solid receiver out of the draft that been playing receiver all the time. That somebody has changed over. I never liked that, like at the last minute type thing. So we're gonna have to see that. But right now, I think that's probably one of our weakest positions is wide receiver. I think we fairly weak right now at that. I mean, I like McLaren too, but he need help. But it was still rumors last year about him getting separation and stuff like that. So we're gonna see because it's all about scheming and stuff for these defenses and stuff like that. And Terrier dog, I can't take away from him. He had 1,000 yards with 3 or 4 different quarterbacks, so you can't never take that away from him. But that's after McLaren, I think we weak.
And don't forget, we got De'Ami Brown. He
Well,
had
well,
two
I like
catches.
De'Ami Brown, but he played the same side as McLaren or
Yeah.
that's the problem. Like what is it with these receivers? This is another that system bullshit. Like what it is with receivers only playing one side of the field versus both sides. Like I don't understand that shit. I'm lost. Maybe it's something I gotta ask myself. I don't know. I'm like, why they got Z's and all. I'm like, look, why can't they can't alternate like defensive linemen? Some of the guys that with the dogs they can move all across the line. But I don't know what is up with this thing. They got to get out of that. That's another old school bullshit that you can only you only play one side of the field? Is it because you're left-handed, right-handed? What did that got to do with that? Do you know anything on that? I'm
But this is the first question: can he play on that level?
who?
De'Ami Brown.
Oh no, I like the Army. You know, he had a flash last year. When we had him with 3 touchdowns or 3 scores, nice bombs. He can play. It's just the problem is he's behind Terry. So what we gonna do with it? It's like this shit is crazy. We get
I don't know.
it don't make sense. That messes up your depth. If he behind Terry, when he gonna get in? When Terry rests?
Man, even with when he get opportunities to get in these last couple of years, he hasn't. He
Yeah,
took advantage of that one game, and that was
yeah.
it.
And then that was it. We never saw him again. The
Yeah,
rest
we
of the
never saw him
year.
again. He didn't
We just
stand
saw
up,
him,
didn't stand
sporadically
out.
throughout the year. It's like that's ridiculous. After
Yeah,
a big game, that's the kind of system we had last year with this daggone crazy ass coaching we had last year. The shit was crazy.
I'm worried. I'm worried about the wide receivers. Definitely worried about the offensive line. And
Yeah.
then number two, I'm worried about, which we're gonna get in a little bit. That's probably our last thing we're gonna get in, the special teams and kickers. But
Oh,
I'm gonna hold off on that. We're gonna talk
ooh.
about defense. We know we didn't play our defensive line. We didn't play our starting linebackers yesterday. We played some
Lovey was
backup.
in. We
Who?
Lovey, love, whatever. He was number. They had some different. No, he had number 2 or something. Number
Oh,
4.
okay. So I
Crazy.
must have missed him
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah. He was in the game. He started. I thought our defensive line started. You sure?
Nah, they didn't put DeVron Allen and Payne didn't play.
Oh, go out in their pain. But the good thing is they produced. They look good. I mean, they was
Yeah.
getting pressure. It's a lot of new numbers. I've been trying to catch up with all these numbers and stuff, new numbers around.
I know Bobby Wagner didn't play.
Okay, so yeah, well, that's good. That's excellent. So these guys, they moved around. I like the way they played the whole game. They got a sack early. They had a coverage sack too. There, the only thing I'm concerned about is our still is it really is after the line. So I'm thinking if we have a consistent line, we can we'll be all right. The D backs when we get down, uh, I think we'll be fine our defense, but yeah, I think we'll be fine on defense. I think finally we got some linebackers that can run. I got tired of the same old thing. So
Yeah, we got a good front seven. We got
yeah,
good D line. We got a good linebacker squad. The question going to be our secondary with
secondary and D-back.
St. Hughes. We
Yeah,
got Forbes. We got the draft
Davis,
pick
Corey Davis.
Samerson. What's
I
his
don't
name?
know who the fuck
Sansfield.
these guys is.
Dwayne Martin. We
Yeah,
got some guys in the secondary that I'm like, man, they might get burnt up this
no,
year.
man. We gotta see. I'm gonna give him a chance just because of the scheme. Um, I'm just hoping we don't turn to like when we need them. That's when they not there. And that's what Forbes saying like he gonna be like. We need you to cover, like not just shifting the fulls, but that play in the red zone. Like at least if they do go on your side, don't let them get it on the first time. Like, come on, man, play some D. Like make them try again. Like we don't have. It's like we ain't gonna get that from him in the red zone.
But
Like, it's just
that was a perfectly thrown ball. That was a play that you really. That was a hard play
I
to
gotta look at the
defend.
play again. This shit-
Perfect ball placement, perfect route. He
Yeah,
was beat off the line of scrimmage. I mean, I don't know what else he could do besides jump on the guy back. He could have jumped on his back
so
and dragged him down to the ground, you know.
shit. I don't know, man. He just give me the jitters when I think about the way he been playing. So I don't know, man. We gotta see. We gotta see because there's no game plan and no nothing like that anyway. So
There's no game plan.
yeah.
They don't. I don't even know who is our starting safety. I know Dwayne Martin is starting right now, and
I
who
saw
else?
him there, number 20.
Right.
I don't even know either because I'm
Oh,
still
the other dude we signed
Chin.
from Carolina,
Chin.
Chin. I
Did he
don't think he
play?
played.
I
No,
don't
I
think he
don't think he
played.
played
No,
yesterday.
I think it was probably Reeves and Percy
Yeah,
Butler.
right.
They
But
one of them not gonna make the team. I think it's gonna be Percy Butler. No, which
right.
one was the good? Which one would?
Reeves was the outstanding special teams dude.
Yeah, he did good at special teams though yesterday. Before we get to talk about that, but yeah, We gonna see, man. But another thing I do want to touch on, since we talking about the receivers, what other weakest link that we have right now, and I think the other side of the ball, I mean, is on the offense, and it's kind of bad. Like I'm just hoping the offensive line gels. So I think that's one of our weak links. We gotta hope this young guy that we draft, Coleman, can take over this left tackle, or even start at a decent, at a decent capacity. So
Yeah, right now they don't really have no other choice but to wish upon a star
yeah,
that he gonna step up and play that left tackle.
no
Yeah,
bullshit.
so you can sit around and try to see if somebody else is going to get cut, but I mean, there's no lock that if somebody else is going to get cut,
Yeah,
and we're going to find
we're gonna
another
keep a
left tackle.
backup. Like, yeah, left tackle is probably hard to pick. If you cut a left tackle, most time you're a bum on the team, because they're gonna, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, if you really cut. That means you was third down. That means you didn't make first nor second. So, or
yeah,
it might be a guy like Green Bay coming off an injury. The one that I forget his name, but there is a guy at Green Bay that played left tackle, and he got hurt last year or something. He coming off. I think he's still on the market. So we'll see. Yeah.
yeah. I don't even know who is there in entire starting five for the offensive line. Who they? That's something that I think they still trying to play out to see who what's what.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Cars is set at the right guard, and then we drafted Dallas. Not drafted. We got two free agents. Dallas center with everything. I can't pronounce it.
Rashadi.
And then another guy the left guard, but the tackle position we still dealing with Wiley as, and he haven't even had any camp time because he been hurt. Like
Yeah,
I'm sick of it. It's like that's one part of Ron Rivera's pickings. Like we picked up a lineman from him and his offensive coordinator, guy from Kansas City that was struggling in Kansas City with a good quarterback. So what the hell he gonna do with us? Like that was ridiculous.
so we got an O line, we got a question mark, we got wide
Yeah.
receivers, we got a question mark, we got
And
secondary,
special teams.
special teams, man. The kicker trotted out there. He missed a 39-yard field
39 yards.
goal. Man, we haven't had a kick honestly since they released Hopkins
Yeah.
and let him go, which was one of Ron Rivera's dumbest moves that he made.
Oh, have mercy.
Let Hopkins go.
And then the thing we had with this other kicker that we had, we probably would have had a solid kicker, but that rape charges or whatever he had just carried a sexual assault or whatever he had just carried over too much to keep on the team, and we trying to change our culture. So it put us in a bind like real bad. So it's gonna be tough. I think that's gonna be one of our. But to be honest, since we are talking about special teams, they did decent besides the missed field goal. Well, I didn't look at the whole game, but the part of the game I looked at, we had a couple of kicks, had a couple of no returns. I think that was Reeves that actually made the tackle. As soon as he caught the ball, he did. That happened a couple of times yesterday, and I only look at the first half, so I don't know how they did the second. Was any other field goals kicked, or because I didn't see it? I left prior to halftime. So
now we ended up with just one field goal, 20-17, and the Jets had a couple kicks that they capitalized on, but we missed one, we made one. I shook my head at both of them. I was like, damn. We had two kickers kick, one made, one missed. It was just
I think Ahmed or whatever his name, he the one that made it or whatever his name is. I don't even know his name, but I'm like, damn, kickers, man. It's hard to find a kicker. They almost like a damn quarterback. It's ridiculous. Special teams is very important, man. Damn.
Yeah, very important. They have to. They got to find a way to step up and step in.
Yeah, they do. We gonna see. Yeah, we'll see. We just have to wait, watch, and see. It's gonna be an interesting season. It's gonna be a good season, man. I'm just hoping, like I said, the best 8-8. I'm not asking for too much. A couple of close games. I think with just being at 8-8, we probably have a chance to win a division. To be honest, if we 8-8, that means we sticking around. So that's going to put pressure on our division opponents. So, and where our division been going, they've been flip flops. So a good season could be 8-8. You know what I mean? And I ain't talking about that Ron Rivera 8-8 shit when you win 4 or 5 games in a row and didn't get 8-8. I'm talking about you may win 2-3 games here and there and then lose 2 or something. Have your struggles. But I think 8-8. I think we're 17 games now, right? So
Yeah.
I think our best could be 9-8. Shit.
I don't know. That's getting way ahead. We got
It's
too
getting
many
way
question
ahead.
marks. Too many question marks to be talking about 8, 9.
Yeah,
Shoot.
8-9. It can be possible. If we dominate our division, this shit, it damn sure can be possible.
Yeah,
So
we gotta get past that first. But our
yeah.
first 5 games, we got Tampa, Giants, Bengals, Cardinals, Browns.
Oh my god,
That's gonna be difficult.
tough.
Only get anything, and I don't even want to say the Giants because the Giants always find a way to beat us. So we can't give
Yeah,
them. We gotta get
anytime
them
the
benefit
time.
of the doubt.
That's the bad part about it, man. It's ridiculous that and they give us our biggest. I mean, how the hell you? I blame Ron Rivera. I hate to keep blaming this guy, but how do you lose to the Giants and then have ties? I mean, he just disgusted me for real. Yeah,
Yeah,
our first couple of games are tough. Yeah, so you got Tampa Bay. Um, yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting season to see how this go pans out.
yeah. It's gonna be. Man, this whole season is gonna be. I don't want to say I don't really expect a lot from these guys. I just like I said last year. I just want to see something. We playing for something in December. That's where it comes down to. We got to be playing for something come December, man. Because after that, man, I'm tired of I'm just tired of just playing for heart, playing for next year, playing for we playing for our pride, man. Fuck that. We ain't doing that. We playing for getting wins. We
Yeah.
ain't playing for our fucking pride or none of that other stuff, man. We gotta play because we want to go out there. They want to win. We want the city want them to win, and that's what it's all about, man. So guys got to step up. Jaden Daniels have to learn. Offensive line got to step up. Wide receivers, secondary, special teams. Man, we got a lot to do to overcome some of this downfall that have been plaguing us for the last, however many amount of years.
Hmm.
But it all starts with the quarterback, man. It all
Yeah.
starts with him and what he's trying to do. So
Yeah. I figure if he play well the first couple of games, we're gonna have a hell of a second half run.
yeah,
So if he start out good, I think he can finish good because that builds his confidence. And in the second half, he'll be better and have more game experience. So I hope he get a consistent start in the beginning. Because if we get that consistent start in the beginning, I think we can look at a 9-8 or 8-8. So we gotta see. Or even if he start out slow, I still expect the second half to be better than the first.
yeah. Definitely expect that because he'll have more experience.
More experience. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and he'll be able to step in and do some things.
Got some tough games. You
Yeah,
want to go down around the game before we close? Like we're gonna do the schedule in quarters, win lose.
right.
So we're gonna do this in quarters just to the bye week. We ain't gonna go into the second half of the season. We're gonna look at the first 3 games. Tampa Bay, the Giants, and the Bengals.
That's hard.
What you think about those first 3 games?
Um, that's hard, man. That's hard because you don't know where Tampa Bay is at. Where Baker Mayfield, those guys in their season, they was pretty good.
Yeah, they did. They made the
Yeah, they
playoffs
did.
last year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want. Did they make the
they made
playoff?
the playoffs last year.
I'm
Because
not
their
quite
division was
sure.
sorry. Remember they beat Saint yeah. Because they're in the division, yeah, I think they did. I want to say they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, that's how he got his big contract. Because remember, they're in the division with the Saints, Minnesota,
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that.
No, they
Or,
with the Saints, Carolina,
yeah, and all them are sorry. They beat the division.
Atlanta.
Yeah, they beat the division.
Yeah, so Tampa, that's gonna be
Yeah,
hard. That's week 1. I think they play in Tampa
and
too.
Tampa. Yeah, that's a way.
Man, that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard, man. I really don't. I don't know. And
Yeah.
then, like I said, that's week 1. And the The Giants had our number every year. They find no matter who playing quarterback, they always find a way to beat us.
Okay,
Always.
so what's our record of the first 3 games then?
And then you got Bengals. You play Joe Burrows. I really don't know too much about the Bengals.
Well, they got Joe Burrow.
If
Joe Burrow been hurt. They've been playing well. It's just the fact that Joe Burrow's uh been hurt, and then their backup came in and drove a couple of games last year. So they're a solid team, and we played them in Cincinnati. So
yeah, they're a solid team. And then our fourth game, we play Arizona.
hold on,
Kyler Murray.
back up. Let's where do we look like the first 3 games out of the
First 3 games, Tampa Bay. I think we lose that to Tampa Bay. I think we go in there.
What's the best case scenario then?
Huh?
You said we lose to Tampa Bay.
Lose to Tampa Bay. I think we might could start off at 0-3.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
I
think
what the fuck?
I think we lose to Tampa Bay in Tampa. In Tampa.
Come on, man. And you better lose against Giants at home? Hell no.
Yeah, and we lose the Giants. Only reason I say that's gonna be different, and it may change, but the Giants had our number, Dion.
Dion,
the Giants.
We have poor coaching.
We have
no linebackers that let down your run this year. It's gonna be a problem.
And it could change, but right now we got too many question marks, and the Giants always get up to play against us.
All right, okay, we're gonna see. I say out of this, our best scenario out of this, I say we have a close game, but probably lose in Tampa. We beat the Giants. Yeah, I say we start out.
So you think we 1-2?
1-2.
I think we're on 3.
I think we 1-2.
I can't see them beating the Giants right now, because even though the Giants are struggling, they don't have no quarterback. They really don't have no other threats. But
they got that receiver. They got Nabas out of LSU. Yeah. Yes.
But he's got a foot. He has a foot injury. But it all comes down. Yeah, he got an injury. He was hurt the other day. But it all comes down to confidence, and they believe that they better than us, and they can beat us.
That was the over dream. We remember we just said about how many players we done turned over.
Yeah,
it's a whole new team here and the coaching staff. So
yeah,
we got rid of all them guys they was beating, and we finally got linebackers. I can't see the Giants beating us in week 2. I just can't see it because we at home. It's our home opener. And I just think they're gonna play better than that. I think we finally got linebackers. We're gonna pressure Daniels. Their offensive line still kind of weak. Just as much we think ours is weak. I think theirs is weak too. I'm pretty sure it's weak. They were terrible last year. So they got a bunch of new guys up front, just like we do. So I say we beat that. I say we go 1-2. Best case scenario, 2-2. I mean, not 2-2. I'm tripping. I think we that's 3 games. So yeah, 1-2. Yeah, I think the best out of the first 3 games, it can be 1-2, or we can be 2-1 at the best case scenario.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Tampa Bay is a toss-up game. I believe Tampa Bay is a toss-up game.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait and see how they turn out before I start giving the Commanders benefit of the doubt. I can't give them benefit of the doubt because they've been losing too much. A new coach, quarterback, I just can't. I can't see that. I can't get them.
You look at the history with the Giants. Who lost the game? The coaches. It was terrible. One game we didn't even start high. He did, man. It's just been terrible. He been terribly coached. We was terribly coached every time we played the New York Giants, defensively and offensively. So we couldn't even stop Daniels. We had Daniels every time. We're like, come on, man, that's ridiculous. That's ever since Rivera was in town. We let Daniels bust off big runs. I don't think he's gonna do that against the defense, because once these linebackers, we got some running linebackers, we got some young guys, and we're gonna have they was out of control with these gaps and shit like that. So we're gonna see. I think our best case on the first 3 games is 1-2. Our worst case scenario is 1-2, and the best is 2-1. If we go 2-1, let's go to the next 3 games. Then we'll talk about that. We just gonna go up to the bye week. So then the next 3 games are this Cleveland Browns.
Right.
Yeah, Cleveland Browns, Baltimore, and the Carolina Panthers. What you think about those 3?
Only game I could see them winning is against Carolina Panthers. Cleveland Browns, I don't see them, unless we had to do a dramatic change, I can't see them beating that. And then who you say after that? Cleveland Browns, then who we got?
Baltimore.
I definitely don't see them being Baltimore.
Yeah.
So that's one, to me, that's 1-5? 1-5.
I'm putting
Something
it
like
down. I'm
that.
writing it down now. So look, ooh, we're gonna be disgusting. So right now we 1-5 right now, according to you. So
Yeah.
with me, I think we can beat I go 1-2 on that. Cleveland gonna be hard because they just got a good defense. Their defense carried them all last year. And that's going to be a real big test for our offensive line. Thank God this is like the 4th or 5th game in the season, so we're really we kind of know what our offensive line are going to be like by that time. But I can't even make nothing good out of this shit. This is just tough as you can be. I go 1-2, the same thing.
Yeah, it's tough, man. That's rough.
That's tough as shit, right? I ain't even
Yeah,
got no.
that's a
I
tough
ain't even got
schedule.
no best case scenario on that shit right there. That shit is tough. I ain't
Yeah.
got no best case scenario at all. Lord have mercy. I do not have one. This is sad. That's ridiculous.
But because we have too many question marks. We have too many question marks, and I don't think they have right now, they don't have enough playmakers to definitely say today that they are a good team.
Shit.
I don't know. I can't give them benefit of the doubt until I see more.
We gonna see. We gotta see more. You right on that, and it don't get no easier either. So the next 3 games would be Chicago, New York, and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Giants or the Jets?
New York Giants again. This will be the second.
See, and out of that, Chicago, the Giants, and the Steelers. Chicago has a good team. They got a good squad, even though they got another rookie quarterback. They went out and got some ballers this past off season.
Thank God is at home. Jesus.
Yeah. The Giants again, like I said before, is about confidence. It's about they believe that they could beat this team. So, they might could beat the Giants. They could spend with the Giants this year. The Steelers, again, that's another up and up team. I mean, that's another toss up. It's just gonna be how did the Commanders mature over those first couple games, as far as the Steelers. But I think they could go 2-1. They could either beat the Giants. They might could beat the Bears, depending on how the Bears is playing, or they might could beat the Steelers, depending on how the Steelers is playing during that time frame.
So you saying about maybe 2-1.
2-1. So I'm giving them about 2-1 for that.
All right, to close it up before our bye week. Hold on. That's actually half of the games, but we're gonna go ahead and run it all the way to the bye week because that'll be the next 3 games before our bye week. This run us all the way to December. Whew, this is getting crazy. For me, I was with the same thing you said. I think we can beat. I think we can beat either like you said the Giants or Chicago or vice versa. So
Or the Steelers.
or the Steelers. So because their situation with their quarterback is making it ugly with them. So and that's a hurting 2-1.
Yeah, that's a hard 2-1.
That's a hard 2-1.
Hard 2-1 because those teams you really don't. Just a question mark beside those teams. You don't know what they're capable of, how their quarterback is going to be playing, and they in the same situation like us.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know, and that's a wild guess.
All right, now for the last 3 games before our bye week. When we probably be like, damn, we saw your shit, or we it's gonna be another fucked up scene because this shit right now, putting it on paper, really fucked up. And I hate to put it on paper because you put shit on paper, that shit happens. So I'm a firm believer in that. But I'm trying to get him the benefit of the doubt. I got to go with what I believe. So the next 3 games before our bye week is the Eagles, the first game against the Eagles, the first game against the Dallas Cowboys, and the Tennessee Titans. What you got on that one?
Man, they might go 1-2
Dang.
and maybe beat Tennessee. So I think they'll lose against Philly because Philly, even though they got a lot of controversy with their head coach getting fired, they really got They got Saquon Barkley. They got the wide
that's the good thing. We
receivers.
play them, yeah, that's what it's good. We play them late though, and it's the first game against them because injury wise, we don't know how either team is going to be. So, and by that time, their defenses suck, and then that benefit us and stuff. They going through this. Oh, Hurts hurt again, or he playing like he hurt. Hey.
So I still can't give them. I still think the Eagles gonna win.
Yeah,
I believe the Cowboys are gonna win. Cowboys just playing.
That's our first game.
That is our first game against them. You got to give it to them. Give them benefit of the doubt. Dak, always seems to eat our ass up. They just play better football than us right now. Ain't no bullshit about it.
It's molding time at this time. You gotta remember this molding time. Dallas might be some shit. It's always one of these teams in our schedule that was good last year that be some shit this year.
Yeah. So, and that's a big question mark. And we way ahead of ourselves far getting into December.
It's a little bit too much.
I still can't.
I'm gonna stop right here. I'm done with it because I'm putting it on paper and this shit is getting ugly.
right. It's getting real ugly.
You got us at 3-6. I got us as let me see what I got us as. Well, my best is 3-6 too. The same very the same, but my best case scenario would be let me see, 2, 3, be 5-3.
Wow, and that's really
and they
have to that's pushing. They have to be playing some good ball to see
that's
that
before the bye. That's right before the last 3 games. That is without even adding the bye week games before the bye week games.
Yeah, that's
far as
pushing it hard.
That's really pushing it hard. So, woo. It would be nice to beat Tampa Bay and beat the Giants and then start out 2-1. That'd be a good kickstart to a good season. I mean, to a good start. If we do that, I can see a little bit, probably look a little bit at these other games and switch up on here and there. So,
and I'm hoping they could do that. I'm hoping they could step up.
It's possible,
right? And they could play, and they could get some quick wins
it's
early.
It's real possible to do that. It's very possible to do that. It is really possible to do that. Is it really possible to start out at 2-1? First, it's possible. Tampa Bay is a toss-up, I think, and we owe the Giants. Fuck that. We gonna beat them. We at home. Fuck that. We at home.
I don't know.
No, we first came at home. They gonna be in there loud as fuck. I'm telling you, that's gonna be probably the loudest game, and we gonna beat the Giants. We gonna beat the Giants. We gonna beat the Giants, but 2-1 is possible. So we'll see.
So you think 2-1 is possible?
Yeah, 2-1 is possible. I think it's possible.
If
we go 2-1, it's possible to be 3-0. Think about it. If we beat Tampa Bay and we beat New York, it's definitely possible to be 3-0. So all these are scenarios, and based on performance and stuff that's going that we think is weak spots, but they end up looking at the games. You're like, oh, they're a little bit better than we thought they will be. So we go 2-1. That makes that third game even more possible to beat. I mean, it's a winnable game. So that's what 2-1 start give you. It give you confidence. So you gotta remember, confidence carries over a whole lot. You know what I mean? So if we can go 2-1, that'd be, man, boy, they'd be so hyped. So because right after that we got Arizona. So we'll see.
Man, I'm skeptical. I hear you. You know, I hear you. I hear you hard.
I'm,
You know,
hey, we gonna see. Maybe we're gonna have part two of this conversation after these games, and we're gonna look at what we wrote down or whatever. Because I took some notes. So
yeah, we have to go
yeah,
back.
yeah,
Maybe after preseason, we're gonna get a whole 16 game
yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah.
We're gonna reevaluate where we at. My confidence, I'm still skeptical about all the different positions. Still skeptical about if Jay and Daniels are really gonna step up and have an. I think he's gonna have an impact, but I'm not sure if he's gonna have the type of impact to take us to 8, 9 wins. You
Mm.
know, and this is a building year. It's a building. They still the head coach still don't even have all the players that he will want on his team.
Right. I mean,
You
we did
know,
a lot of free agency and drafted this
right.
first draft, so
So
it's really necessary. But
it's a big transition. You know, we still lacking a number 2 wide receiver, maybe a number 1, right?
yeah, yeah. I
We
mean,
still
yeah.
lacking offensive lineman,
Once again, Terry
secondary,
got proved me
special
wrong.
teams.
I'm not. I'm confident in Terry. I'm just after Terry is like, what do we got? Because we got guys that can play, but they playing the same damn side. What the fuck is this? That's what pissed me off. It's like, okay, he can't play on the other side. Like that's what's so disappointing with these receiver things. It's like, why we like you should be drafting like. I mean, I don't know. I'm lost. You got
Yeah,
McCaffrey, and I just think Wilson should be in the slot. Like I just don't understand. Dotson need to be in the slot. I don't understand why the fuck is he on the outside. I mean, he got it. I mean, he not a dog like now. If he was like my man from Carolina, what's the one Carolina Rivera was there that went to Baltimore a couple of years after that. You know, he
Steve Smith.
Steve Smith. He was a small receiver, but he was a dog. I don't see
Yeah,
that in Dotson.
yeah.
That's why he should be playing the fucking slide. I'm like, why the fuck is I'm confused.
But
Like,
maybe, but I think he was drafted to play the slot. I don't think he was drafted to play the number 1
yeah,
or
but he
number 2
started,
spot.
yeah. I just don't know how the fuck he got out there. It's like I'm pissed by this shit. Like I don't understand. So maybe it's me. Yeah, he gotta prove me wrong because I just don't think he should be on the outside. He looked he's the slot and he ain't a dog like Steve Smith because Steve Smith was a dog. Shit, I think Steve Smith played all over the field though. Sometimes I think they had him in slot too, and then he had
Yeah.
a couple of good years in Baltimore. Even after he left Carolina, he had a whole lot of good years in Baltimore. So I'm just like he ain't no dog to be carrying him as a dog. Like I don't understand that. So we're gonna see, and I'm gonna allow these coaches to do their job, but he will be exposed this year if he don't put up. So
But before we get up out of here, I want to get you. What's your thoughts? Did you watch any of the Olympics?
yeah. Which you in particular? What you talking about?
What you think? What you think about Noah Lyles and him coming out there? He ran a 100 meter. He won gold by his hairline. Then you get out
Torso.
there,
It's the torso. They said the torso.
right, right.
I didn't even know that even when my son ran track. But hey, I think it was a good job. We finally got the back and took it from Jamaica because Jamaica was killing us.
Right.
Oh yeah, they was killing us. They got a bunch of fast runners, man. And but looking at the track thing, it was exciting, man. We won a couple of big races. Um, Female wise, on the 4x1 or whatever that is, and they did good. So I think they did excellent this year. Hey, this year, you know what? Track is, and even though he said he had COVID on the
But that's what
200,
I wanted. That's what I want to get your thoughts on. He came out there to run the 200, jumping up and down, running all across the field, doing all that crazy shit before the race.
well,
Just to
that's his
come out
MO.
here,
That's what they say he like to do. So
yeah, he
he had
come
to
out
stick with
there
what he
and
do.
run and get bronze. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
you did all that to come out there and
Yeah, but
lose.
he did that. He had to motivate himself, and that's the way he do anyway. They say he do that all the time in front before. But he did that before he beat the 100. I didn't nigga, but I just hated the fact that they say he had COVID after when they're
Right. I
trying to
didn't
make
like
it,
that either.
yeah, trying to make it like that's the reason why he got bronze. He got bronze because he lost, because he
because it
good
lost.
enough to run. You should have been shouldn't have ran if it was gonna be that bad. Let people wonder, like, get that.
Right, and that's how I
Don't
feel.
use it out. I don't know
I,
if the media did that or not.
I feel as though if you had COVID, you knew you were sick, you knew you wasn't up to it, you
Yeah,
shouldn't have ran. You
right.
should let somebody else run.
Yeah, should let somebody else run. So, well, he couldn't at that point. I think, depending on the times and stuff. So he just we wouldn't have been in that competition if they had nobody else. But I think we did have another American. But anyway, yeah, I get tired. He shouldn't have came out. I mean, he shouldn't have. I wouldn't have revealed it, because it's like now, even if you were just using it as an excuse, but the media made it seem like that was an excuse for being a winning bronze, that you
Yeah.
had COVID, that slowed you down. And my thing is, look, man, if you come out there on that field, you gotta be ready to play. Or that's football, track, that's any sport. Excuses is unacceptable, man. Like, I just hate it when players say, "Oh, he playing like this excuse shit they did for Hurst all last year." He played all the games though. He fucking, when he gonna get healthy then? Shit, everybody
Yeah.
at this point hurt. Fuck, are you talking about? So that shit get on your nerves, and it's mind boggling. It's a mess that people do that, but I don't think he meant to do. I think the media carried it to that.
To me, I was disappointed that he got to get in a wheelchair. He got to get carried off the field. He
Yeah,
got to
that's
say,
some
"Oh, I love."
dramatic ass
To
shit. Yeah,
me,
this
it takes away from the dude Toboga, or I think it was Toboga, who won, and you wasn't beating his time anyway.
right, right.
You wasn't beating dude. That's the whole thing. It takes
Well,
away from him when you
yeah.
do stuff like that.
What you mean he wasn't beating his time?
Because the dude Toboga who won gold, I don't think Noah Lyle ran that time not one time this year.
That's what you don't know about track. So it's been let me tell you, and this is real crazy, but just because they ran a good time, that don't mean that they get that. Like, for instance, when Mikhail was running track, he ran track several times, and I mean, a race is, the 100 and the 200 was based his specialty. The 200 was definitely, he had the record in the county. It's all about when you run on that track. It's like boxing. It's so, just because they ran the time with somebody else, that means when you get run with faster people, you run faster. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, Mikhail was minutes off of people, like a minute off of people. And he made it to the fast lane, and next year he beat. And I was like, what the fuck? So the track coach is like, when you run, and you run better with faster, with a faster track. It's a competition. It turns to a competition thing, no matter what time. He broke most of his PRs on running with people that times were faster, and then he set a whole new record off of that a couple of times. So you run faster based on, and it's also hard to run when you're on the track by yourself. Now it all have to be in yourself to clock that time, versus somebody running fast and you trying to keep up with them. That's when the form and all that come into play, and you end up running a faster time than him, versus he been running fast and beating everybody, but all of a sudden he runs beside you, or running that same set, you run faster than him, and now you set the record. That running fast times with people, your time is going to be just as fast there, no matter if it's a second off or whatever.
I still don't think he would have beat the guy.
He probably wouldn't have if he wouldn't have. But I'm just saying, track is a little bit different. You run only as fast as the people that you run with.
Yeah, I can understand. I understand that.
Yeah, you run
I
only fast
just
as
think
you run with.
I just don't think that Noah Lyles, if you
Yeah,
lose, you lose.
yeah, you lose, you lose.
Just
Yeah,
take your loss,
and
move on.
move on.
It is
Right,
what
right,
it is.
right.
I didn't like that. I just like, dude, just say it, man. I lost. I really wish that he would have kept the whole COVID situation to himself. Let's keep that shit to yourself.
That's what he
You
should.
know,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what he should have did.
yeah,
Yesterday the men's USA team, they won gold. They beat France. Steph
yeah,
Curry choked them out again, put them to sleep.
Yeah. I was glad that I was worried about. You talking about basketball?
Right.
Yeah, I was worried about that because I was like, shoot, they almost. Boy, that last game before that was I looked at that game. That game was I almost was like, this is ridiculous. Like that's because America, we don't play to the last 5-10 minutes of the game. You know, they sit back and shoot threes. They don't play defense to the last 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
we gotta get out of that shit for real.
It, it's been other nations since the Dream Team. Other nations has got drastically better since we had the '92 Dream Team.
Yeah. Other nations definitely got better. They
They
got better.
definitely,
Yeah, they
definitely got better, better competition,
yeah, it's better.
better all around gameplay, and I don't think that
Because they play more as a team now. We getting recklessly turning to dang. Hold on, pause. Mark, this is my mother. I want to see what the heck she want. Dang. Hope it ain't nothing bad. Hello?
yeah. So man, we had Noah Lyles. He won gold. Then he won bronze. We got Shakari. She won silver. Then she won gold in the 4x. What is it? 400, 4x1,
4 by 1.
4x400.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. They won gold. They burnt their ass. So they was losing. Then she came back.
Yeah,
So
she
the
came back.
men's basketball team won gold. The women's basketball team won gold today. Um,
Yeah.
Gymnastics, they did good, even though my girl, Jordan, they stripped her of her bronze. They talking about she was four. They said that her coach was 4 seconds late of having them adjust the score. So yeah, so they took her bronze away from her today, which I thought was some bullshit.
Yeah.
And everybody else around, they did pretty good far as the Olympics. I don't know what was the fourth final tally. I think China was in the lead far as the most goals, but we had the most medals, all around medals.
Yeah, 'cause that's what it's all about, all the medaling, getting placed.
Yeah.
Gold is gold.
Gold is gold. I watched a lot of the Olympics. I watched a lot of from beginning to end. Today was the last day. They finished up today. A lot of players get to come home.
Yeah.
It's ran for 2 weeks. I'm just, proud of some of the athletes of what they get. We got a dude from our area, the track star from Bullis High School.
Yeah.
He got a gold medal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's what I'm excited about. So, at the end of football season this year, Mikhail gonna run track. He gonna get back in the track. So it's gonna be exciting because he ran the 200, he ran the 100, he ran of course the team races, and he also did the 400. And he was state champion in one. So we really excited about it. I'm more excited than that the track thing, him doing the track thing, than even the football, to be honest, because track and field is a disciplined sport, and he was 2-time champion, the 100 and the 200, and he should have had the record. But track is so disciplined, he didn't run the time, and that's the difference what I said about the time thing. He didn't run the time to get the record. He ran it during the trials. So when he won his 200 race for the state champion, but he missed about some milliseconds. I mean, actually no, about a second. But we just knew he was going to break the record. So the record didn't go for record because it was done during the trials. I was like, damn. So track is an interesting sport, man. I'm telling you. So look out for him next year, man. I'm real excited about that, to be honest.
What's his number? Do he still carry the same number? He playing for Maryland Terps this year, playing defensive back. What's his number so people can watch out for him?
Hey, he wear number 32, man. Look out for number 32. Right now, this was a tough year to start out because he's supposed to have been in competition. He got a little setback. He broke his. Did I tell you about he broke his finger?
Yeah. You told me about it.
He's supposed to be back on the field next week. They did surgery and put pins and all this good stuff in it, so he'll be back. But this was a year he's supposed to set his ground on getting that playing time, and that probably set him back. But the good thing is all these guys came in when Mikhail came in. So he's still going to probably get worked into the schedule once he get back healthy and all that when the season starts August 31st, because some of them guys might not be able to part in the game. So he's going to be like, hey, we need you out. Yeah. So it's gonna be good and interesting, man. Hey, you gotta come to some of the games, man.
Yeah, I'm about to come check them out. Who they play there? Who's their first game this year? Maryland.
They playing Connecticut.
Oh, they're playing UConn.
Yeah, UConn.
That should be
That's
a
yeah. They going
walkover.
the first. Yeah, the first day. The day. Look, man. Last year they could have went in the playoffs, man. They missed it by 3 games. In the 3 games they should have beaten. That's what really pissed me off because they lost with. I'm not gonna say his name, but anyway, they lost against Illinois, Northwestern, and it was another team. That's 3 games. That's 11. That's 10, 11 games right there. They supposed to be in the playoffs.
Right.
They lost because of the quarterback. I think the quarter. Yeah, I ain't gonna say it's just the quarterback. It was just bad play all around. So
Yeah, they still got a long way to go. They starting this year. They got a new quarterback. They
yeah,
got some guys that's trying to step up this year to play.
Mike got it together, man. I'm telling you right now, man. He got what he need inside and outside, and it's all between the lines. It's not the skill position. He good at skill position. His corners, his all of that stuff. But it's in between the lines, them defensive linemen and offensive linemen. And I think he finally getting it there. He be getting a bunch of good recruits this last couple of years, and this year he had a good class, especially in between the lines. So. Hey, I'm telling you, it's gonna be some big. You're gonna see a surprise change in Maryland. College Park is really still known for basketball, but
Yeah.
if we can if Mike can get them into the playoff contentions and get a bigger bowl, hey, I think he can do it. This will be the year.
Well, we got to wait and see, man. We got to wait and
A
see
lot
what
of wait and
Merlin.
see right now, right?
Yeah, well, is Merlin gonna step up? Can they play? Can they
Hey,
win some games in the Big Ten? It's
yeah,
gonna be hard.
it's gonna be hard, but I think they got the staff to do it right now, and that we're not the staff, the players to do it right now, and they hungry, man. They hungry.
Yeah, they hungry.
Yeah.
They hungry. Commanders hungry. Everybody is hungry. Man, we got to sit back, watch to see what happens with all these teams. Man, it's a long season. It's the best time of the year for me. Summer,
Yeah,
preseason, regular season starts in a couple weeks. Oh
exactly.
man, it's that time of the year where you get right. You get right,
Yeah.
get your head in. How you watching the games? Do you got what you got? You
Well, I'll be probably at home. I might go to a couple of guys. I told you, I want to go. You get the information on me to the Arizona game. I think I'm out.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make that Arizona game. I just
Okay.
started a new job. I don't really have the leave to take off to go jump and do that
Yeah.
right now.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna miss that. I think I'm gonna miss that game. But I
Okay.
plan on going to a couple games this year. I ain't gonna let the
Yeah.
season bypass
Yeah.
and not get down there to go see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see them. I want to see how Jaden Daniels play, the new coaching staff, Adam Peters, who he could pick up from this
We
man.
might
They
get a
got a
couple
lot.
pick up after the preseason. I think we're gonna pick up some bodies. We gonna see.
Yeah, we got a lot. We got
Next
a lot
couple of
to
weeks,
do.
man. It's a lot of stuff to do. I think he's gonna feel as needed as far as. Unfortunately, we know we're gonna need probably a kicker. Unfortunately, that might not be taken care of this year. So
Yeah,
that's gonna be ugly if we don't get a consistent kicker this year. I can tell you that because we're gonna lose all the close games.
yeah. It's gonna be sad, man. It's gonna be
We're gonna
sad.
lose all the close games. You can't trust your kicker to make a 40-yard field goal, man. It's gonna be a terrible special teams year.
Yeah, it's gonna be a terrible
You
year.
got kickers, you got to be worried about 40 yards. That's gonna be a big problem.
Yeah, man. So everybody, we're gonna put out a whole bunch of new episodes this year. I know I took a lot of time off. We're opening the flat, man. I took some months off from recording since last football season, man. But I'm not gonna take no time off. Hopefully, I could get Dion on here a whole lot more every week. Get some other people on here if they choose to come, man. We're gonna talk about Commanders every opportunity that we can. We're gonna talk about them, where they stand at, what they need to do, can do, man. So we're gonna keep up and we're gonna give our honest opinion about it. I think it's gonna be rough. Dion think it's gonna be a little bit brighter than I do. You know, I don't know. I don't know. We gotta
We
wait and
gonna see.
see.
We gonna see.
we gonna see.
They're gonna prove us wrong or prove us right, whichever one
Yeah,
turn out.
they gonna do. We gonna root for Jaden Daniels. Hopefully he can had that rookie type season. So you guys like, subscribe to Opening the Flat. Man, like and subscribe so he can keep you up to date. But we ain't gonna just be talking about Commanders either. We gotta open up. We gotta talk about the Wizards. We gotta talk about some other things that's going on in the streets. Some things that's going on in other parts, relationships. There's a lot of shit that we need to really talk about, man.
Talk about a whole lot. And the election coming up.
Right, we got a big election coming up.
Woo.
Man, we got it, man. It's so much that people need to talk about and really get out their chat. Not only sports, man. We could open it up and talk about everything that we can. So, and we could do some live. We ain't got to do recordings either. We could do some live YouTube stuff too. But subscribe, man. Like, subscribe, and keep up in touch with us. So I want to thank Mad Dion for coming on. Just check us out every week. Every week we're going to try to drop a video, hopefully on Monday and Tuesday after the game on Sunday. Then we're going to try to do some predictions on Friday, Saturdays for the upcoming week. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and keep in touch with us. Until the next episode, peace out.
All right.